This man has a dream. He wants to travel in time. But he's not just dreaming. He's working out a practical way to break the time barrier. He's not crazy. He's a highly respected professor of physics.
So if time now all of a sudden becomes a loop, that means that this allows us for the possibility of traveling back into the past.
Journeying to the past or the future at the push of a button may sound like science fiction, but already there are theories as to how to do it. You could access the most extreme parts of nature.
Wormholes are a way to make time travel possible. But theoretically, they only work if you can hold the mouth of the wormhole open long enough to get through.
Or maybe you could find a way around nature's current restrictions.
If I got here faster than the speed of light, then it appears like I can see into my own past.
Some scientists think they know how we could time travel. They just need to turn theory into reality.
If you can manipulate one photon on one side, you can somehow influence the photon on the other side more or less immediately. And you can actually communicate faster than the speed of light.
And then there's the biggest hurdle of all, determining the nature of time itself.
The past, present and future are all equally real. So the dinosaurs are all out there somewhere in the past doing dinosaur stuff. We're all here now, and all of the future is all out there somewhere in space-time too.
If what's real is the present moment and the past is no longer real, and if the future has yet to exist, there's nowhere to go in time travel.
I think it's clear to me that there is some probability of us going backwards in time. Basically, in quantum physics, nothing is impossible.
Again and again, our understanding about the nature of things has had to be rewritten as new discoveries are made. So it might be that breaking the fourth dimension is simply a matter of time. Imagine, just for one fleeting moment, that you are the greatest engineer that has ever lived. That you have constructed the world's first time machine. How did you do it? What scientific principles did you have to understand, or even break? It may sound far-fetched, but right now, scientists are working on ideas that could turn this fantasy into reality. One of them lives here. He's desperately wanted to build a time machine for most of his life. His name is Ron Mallett.
I think of myself as just being an ordinary person with a passion. And my passion is the possibility of time travel. For me, it all begins with my father. This is my father, Boyd Mallett, and my mother, Dorothy, and that's me. I think I was about 3 years old. My father was an incredible person. He spent a lot of time with me. He would give me scientific toys like gyroscope and crystal radio sets. For me, the sun rose and set on him. And then it was all taken away, suddenly.
Ron's father, a heavy smoker, died of a heart attack when he was 33 years old, and Ron was just 10. Ron was devastated and withdrew into a world of books.
A year after that, when I was 11, I came across the book that changed everything for me. And that was The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. And the cover just caught my attention. But it was when I read the inside, and it said, scientific people know very well that time is just a kind of space, and that we can move forward and backward in time just as we can in space. When I read that I said, this is wonderful. If I could build a time machine, then I could go back into the past and see my father again and maybe save his life and change everything. So that became my obsession, my goal, was to try to build a time machine.
The very idea of building a time machine sounds far-fetched, impossible even. And yet there are unsolved mysteries of nature that might one day see Ron's dream fulfilled. New light is being shed on phenomena such as quantum entanglement. New creations like time crystals push our understanding of what matter is capable of, while dark energy and wormholes give glimpses into a cosmos full of untapped potential. Understanding these enigmas will give us greater power to exploit what we already know. That time travel is, in a way, already possible.
10, 9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 5, 3, 2, 1. 0. We have booster ignition and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Endeavour, extending our reach while expanding our research in space.
It's the 5th of June, 2002.
Houston now controlling the flight of Endeavour. 3 new residents headed for the International Space Station.
American astronaut Peggy Whitson is leaving the planet for the very first time. By the end of her 15-year career, Peggy will have undertaken 10 spacewalks, become the first female commander at the International Space Station, and spent more time in space than any other American before her. Now, it's September the 3rd, 2017. Peggy is coming back to Earth for the last time, having spent a total of 665 days in orbit. But as if this wasn't enough, record-breaking Peggy has one more string to her bow. This is Tamra Davis. She's an astrophysicist, not an astronaut, so well placed to tell us about Peggy's other achievement.
Once it was realized that the speed of light was constant to everybody, weird things followed. For example, time dilation. If the speed of light appears constant to everybody, it means that time has to vary and travel at different rates for different people. Let me try and explain. Here we go.
Time dilation means time appearing to speed up or slow down depending on how fast you're going relative to anything else.
The distance squared, square rooted.
As Professor Davis is showing by deriving this equation.
And this is actually the equation that Einstein came up with for special relativity to explain how time can be different to different observers.
And that's why Peggy the astronaut is a real-life, bona fide time traveler.
After she's spent a lot of time here in orbit, when she comes back to Earth, her clock will not have advanced as far as ours, which means she ends up younger than she would have been if she'd been here on Earth. Granted, the difference is only 0.02 seconds in her case, even after over 600 days up in space, but is a real example of time travel in action.
The faster you travel, the slower you'll age. And this isn't idle speculation. It's been shown to happen time and time again. Unfortunately, this only gives you half a time machine. After all, you'll want to be able to turn the dial in both directions, to go forwards and back in time. But that's easier said than done, even for theoretical physicists like Shahini Ghosh.
So I can walk at a particular speed, and this truck can drive at a particular speed, and different objects all move at their own different speeds. If you start getting close to the speed of light, then we know that moving clocks start ticking slower, and that allows us a way to effectively go forward into the future. However, if it was possible to go faster than light, weird things might happen, such as being able to go backwards in time.
According to Einstein, the speed of light is constant and unassailable. But Shahini is going to demonstrate what would happen if we found a way to break that limit.
Light travels very fast, but it still goes at a finite speed. For example, the light from the sun takes 8 minutes to reach us here on Earth, and some galaxies are so far away that light will take millions of years to reach us. So when I turn on this light, for example, here, then to some person who is some distance away from here, it might seem instantaneous, but in fact it'll take some time before it gets to that person.
If you imagine this scene is slowed right down, and also imagine that Shahini had some way of traveling faster than light, like this, you can see that she'd find herself at a very peculiar vantage point.
If I got here faster than the speed of light, then I would see that the light from the lamp has not yet reached me. Eventually, I would see the lamp being turned on.
And because all light travels at the same speed, Shahini would also outrun the light reflecting from her. So she'd see herself too.
So although I haven't actually traveled back in time, it appears like I can see into my own past.
And the faster she travels, the further back she can see. But there's a problem.
Of course, it's actually impossible for any matter to travel faster than the speed of light, but it's kind of interesting to consider the possibility.
Since Einstein, the idea of traveling faster than light has been off limits to most physicists. However, Einstein also thought the 3 dimensions of space were linked to time, a 4th dimension. He called this system space-time, and it's the model of the universe we use today. Einstein also thought it theoretically possible to warp space-time to create bridges. Today, these bridges are known as wormholes. Tunnels providing shortcuts through space and time. This theory holds up, as does the maths, but for real time travel, you need real wormholes.